also is since they have just kind of handshake on these bot lanes, you do have Gumayushi popping up later. Right now, we're just going to see a top lane reel because, let's be real, this is what everyone came to see, right? It was the 369 Zeus, and Zeus got put down very far behind, which is why it is actually important that bot lane popped off so much.
Mark, I'm just glad the teams have proven us right in making this the Mercedes-Benz feature matchup of the day. This top lane, I mean, it was non-stop action.
Yeah, we talk about being a battle for the best top laner in the world. I think 369 is making a very good case, though his team is currently down in the series. He was able to find solo kills on Zeus, found solo kills on Faker, later was dominating in this top side and the 1 point of pressure for them on the map.
Yeah, you can't really fault JDG or 369 for this game. They play heavy through top side. Owners forced to cover on a champion like Nocturne, which struggles pre-6, but they have to cover it and fight back because the waves will always be in states that are either bouncing or diveable stacking into Zeus. So they try to fight back. They lose as expected in early stages, but if they weren't doing this and Owner was power farming, Zeus would be 0-4, 0-5, right? So he has to cover him somehow. This was huge. If Zeus died here, lost this wave, I think top was over. But the fact that he gets this kill onto Kanabi, gets a shutdown, and gets the wave, that's what brings him back into it. But 369 kept his lead and kept shutting us down. But it was T1's mid and bot that really carried the weight of this game.
Yeah, and I think the big thing, again, for me is there was a bot side gank for Nocturne at like 8:14 in the game.
The map, Mark, I think this is now where we finally talk about that handshake bot lane because Gumayushi has been putting up insane numbers.
That's a bad handshake. That's when you go for a handshake and the other team crushes it with their handshake. The Lucian Nami has been dumpstering this side of the matchup. You see in the mid to late game as well. Guma plays this so aggressive. He puts so much pressure on the enemy team that he actually does die often in a number of these team fights, but it's after he's pumped out so much damage because the enemy team has to react to him. You saw there the fact that they just couldn't get on top of him gets them barren in basically this game.
And if I had to think about why JDG are continuing to go for this matchup, right, it's like, okay, well, in these late game 5v5 situations, we're going to still have a pretty strong Aphelios in fights. But the big thing is that, for the most part, T1 have not been giving them that because they've been using their globals to split the map.
But he's waiting out, spills it of nothing. The flash in, Zeus the flash follow. It's a 1-for-1, but can Renekton win against Nocturne? The big stun, and 369. Forcing a Shirelia's out, 369 cannot find his target. Locked in place, needs to ult to stay alive, but he's feared, and he's fallen. Nocturne goes for number 2. Hope drop, a flash away from missing, but Faker won't, and he's unstoppable. About the same time they find the rest, 369 gonna take his fight against Faker. Will it be enough? Does he win round 2? He's ignited, he's ever frosted, and Faker with 5 health left wins the